Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wine and Wellness Wednesday 2023. All right, you guys, I am so excited to be back with y'all. Um, I mentioned this earlier today, and then I also mentioned it on the live that I just did. I took a year away from Wine and Wellness. I basically stepped back and said, you know what? I gotta heal. Like I gotta take care of me and practice what I preach. And I did some self care, took some time, and I'm excited. I'm excited to be back. You guys brought me back. People were like, we miss wine and wellness. We miss the information. Like you need to give us more. So I am back, and as I mentioned this a few minutes ago on my other page, but I just want to show y'all my transparency, right, for this year. My angel is right here beside me. So this year, every time I do Wine and Wellness Wednesday, I will have that picture of my mom right there with me. She is not physically with me anymore, but she is here in spirit. And Lord knows I needed that year to get myself together. I still worked my butt off and had an amazing, okay, I had an amazing 2022 for sure. But it was hard, like I said, I gotta keep her picture close by and make sure that you guys know, just like anybody else, I'm human, right? I am human. I had to take time to heal and really grieve my mom because she passed away in March of 2021, y'all. I didn't stop working. I never stopped. And in 2022, I was like, I will serve my clients. We did an amazing summit this year. We had a great year, but I just couldn't do all of those amazing things and still do Wine and Wellness Weekly. But I am back. Your girl is back and ready, and this is the beginning of the year. And so the most important thing I get from you guys all the time, sales. Let's talk about sales. How do I increase my sales? Why am I not getting certain sales? So I just wanted to go through a couple of things with you guys that I find to be extremely important when it comes to building your business. And of course, as always, when I am live, you guys, if y'all have questions, ask. And thank y'all so much. I see your comments and thread. Yes, I took the time I needed. So if you guys have any questions when I'm going live and when I'm talking about these things, please let me know. I wrote down a lot, okay? A lot of notes that I wanted to share with you guys. So I'm here. If y'all have questions, ask. But the first thing that I find, I know a lot of you guys have challenges with are closing sales. And so the first thing I want to talk to y'all about is getting the client in the door, okay? So what are you guys doing to get the client in the door? Yes, social media is important, right? It is important to, build your presence. People need to be able to see your results, but is that all that they're seeing? I'm telling you right now, on social media, I scroll all the time. I do, audits for my students. And if all I see on your page is before and afters results, I don't see any of the behind the scenes with you. I don't know where your space is. I don't know anything about you. You don't even have your location on your page. I'm not coming. If I want an appointment, but I gotta do 50 different things to find you, I can't contact you via your social media, I can't find your phone number, I can't Google you, I'm not coming, right? So the first and most important thing I'm gonna tell y'all is make sure that you make it easy to get the clients in the door by making yourself easily accessible. And you can't just post one time. I talk about this all the time. You cannot be on social media once a week, right? I do a live once a week, but there's a whole lot of other stuff going on my pages every single day. You cannot just once a week do a live and say, okay, I'm gonna make $1 million and I'm gonna have 50 clients coming in. It's not gonna work, okay? But when you get the clients in, or when you are trying to get the clients in, let's say that I have a client that is on the phone with me. First of all, if someone picked up the phone and they called your number or they took the time to DM you, they're interested in what you have. But the problem is you get people on the phone and you're like, oh, this is what is this? What is this service? What do you do? Blah, blah, blah. And I talk to you for 15 minutes and then I hang up the phone. Guess what? I'm gone. Because you didn't do one of the most important things to close the sale. It's called a call to action. What did you do to prompt that person? Because at the end of the day, people will call you. They will call you just to see if you're real. They will call you just to see if you will answer the phone, right? But at the end of the day, if you don't do anything to prompt them to take action, they won't take any. Okay? So make sure that you have a call to action. It could be as simple as, it was great talking to you. When you want to come in, I have Tuesday and Thursday available. Or I know that you still have a lot of questions and you might not be ready to book a full, contouring appointment, but would you like to go ahead and book a consultation? Consultations are only $25. Consultations are only $50. Um, some of y'all may do free consultations. I don't recommend it, but whatever. If you want to tell them, hey, a consultation is free, you can come in, I can do an evaluation and let you know what I think your treatment plan might be. Those are ways to get the clients in the door. But if you don't have a call to action, the client is going to go somewhere else. Okay? A couple other things I wanted to talk to you guys about. Y'all need to actively, okay, actively be listening to your clients. A lot of us have something in mind where we're just like, man, I really need to sell these body wraps this week. And you need to sell these body wraps, so when the client comes in, you're trying to talk to them about a body wrap, they're not interested in a body wrap. They wanted to know about cavitation or wood therapy, or body wraps are primarily for detoxing and weight loss. They're not interested in weight loss. They just want their tummy flattened. But you weren't listening to that client to actually understand what they needed. So you missed a sale because you didn't listen. You need to actively be listening to your clients in order to understand what it is that they really want. It helps you with the sale when you know what the client wants. Because if I have a client that comes in and they talk about this amazing wood therapy thing that they saw online and this amazing wood therapy, guess what? They want wood therapy. I can probably sell them a wood therapy package. But if I kept talking about body wraps and I wasn't listening to what the client was saying or actually understanding their goals, the client's not going to continue coming to me. Okay? Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I got right into me being me. I got right into it. I forgot to toast to y'all. Toast to y'all for Wine and Wellness Wednesday. Okay, actively listening is a very big part that many of us just don't pay attention or we miss. We start, thinking and getting in our own heads about what we have to do, but we're not taking care of them. Okay, the next thing is talking value versus price. Okay, I know that my number one thing that clients talk about is, oh, this person said, and when I say clients, I mean my students, say this person said that I cost too much, or this person said that they can get it cheaper somewhere else. There's a video that I share with a lot of my students, I share with people, but you have to learn to have the conversation of value, not on price. And the example in the video is, would a person go to a Lamborghini dealership and say, ugh, that Lamborghini is too expensive, the Toyota over here is much less? No, because they're shopping for a Lamborghini, right? So you need to find customers that will pay your price. Okay, first of all, you need to find customers that will pay your price, but then you need to change the conversation. Everything should not be around, it costs this much, it costs this much. How much is it worth to you? What are you trying to do? How can I enhance your experience? For instance, you're trying to get ready for your class reunion. Okay, well, who's going to be at that class reunion? Who are we trying to impress? What is it worth to you to make your ex-boyfriend jealous that he missed out on you, right? So that client is going to probably spend a little bit more money when they're thinking about making an ex-boyfriend jealous than they would if they're just like, oh, I just need this service for $99 instead of $129. No, talk value, not price. That is a very, very important skill to learn. And then the other part about that, and this is one thing that I always say when you're talking about value versus price, what does the experience that you provide say about you? You will not do well in sales or in selling to a client if you're giving a crappy experience. What does the experience say about you? From the time that the client walks in the door, what are they experiencing? And I just got off of a call with one of my mentors, and I mean mentees, and one of the first things that I told her to do when we talked last week was, I need you to go out and either talk to them on the phone or book a consultation with three competitors in your area. Three. Because I need you to walk in their space. First of all, can they answer your questions on the phone? Do they answer your questions on the phone? Do they even call you back? Right? That's part of the experience. When you walk in the door, how do you feel? See, because the person who makes me feel special, hold on one second, guys. The person who makes me feel special from the moment that I walk in the door, and the person who says, oh, would you like a glass of water? Would you like a glass of wine? Would you like a detox tea? Would you like this? Would you like that? Let me go get your slippers for you. Let me get your robe for you. Let me do this. The person who makes me feel like a queen the moment that I walk in the door, oh, I want to go back there. I want to go back there, and I want to spend my money there because of the experience. She might not even be the best person at wood therapy, but the way that she made me feel sold me on everything else. What does your experience say about you? And now I know that when we start off our businesses, we can't all be, in a luxurious, five-star resort type of space, right? But what are you doing with the space that you have? Because, see, I started off with a 2,000 square foot space with three service rooms, okay? And my waiting room was also my classroom. But I treated my students well. I treated my clients well, and my clients understood, you know what, I'm so sorry, we're outgrowing the space, but if you just walk past the class, the services are in the back. And my clients kept coming to me because they were getting great services, they were getting a great experience. They just had to walk through the class to get to the service area, right? They understood that we were growing. So the experience that you give the clients is what closes your sales. If y'all are always out here going, I need to make more money, I got to take less time with her so I can bring the next person in, and you trying to churn people in and out the door, they won't stay. Yeah, you may make $120, $200 on that client, but $200 on that client versus a $1,300, $1,400 or $2,000 package, because one service versus you coming in for 10, right? There's a very big difference. So what experience are you giving? What value are you giving to that client so that they want to continue coming in for more and more? That's a question that you guys definitely need to ask yourself regularly. And I really do challenge each and every one of y'all, when we're talking sales, to go to at least three other spaces. Find the good in it, find the bad in it, and figure out how you can make your sales experience and your spa experience better than what's out there already. Okay? A couple other things that I wanted to go over. Having a positive attitude and a positive outlook closes a sale. Okay? A lot of people are like, oh, wait, I thought I had to say this and I had to do this. It's about how you treat people. I can have a bad day. My clients and my staff will not know that. My clients and my staff will not know that. Then my clients definitely won't know that my staff had a bad day. Because if you had a bad day, I need you to go to the back. I need you to go outside. I need you to go to lunch. I need you to do whatever you need to do to breathe, to restart your energy, and be the best for that person who is coming in for a service with you. You have to have a positive outlook and a positive attitude, because if you don't, we all have bad days, right? We all have bad days. We all had a difficult client that came in 30 minutes before the nice client came in, right? But you can't put that energy out onto the next person, because then they're gonna be like, oh, I don't know what was wrong with her today, but man, I don't want to come back here. It might be that person's first appointment that you just made their last. You might have someone who walked in the door and was like, oh my gosh, this space is so amazing, I might want a membership here. And they get somebody who gives them an attitude, or they had a bad day, so now they're passing it on, and the client's like, I don't want to go there. Those people were a little rude to me. It was a nice space, but I wasn't really feeling the vibe. So even in moments of adversity, moments of difficulty, you can't carry that to your clients. Take a few minutes, reset, do what you have to do. You can have a client sit in the chair, put some headphones on, and say, "We'll be with you in 5 minutes. We're finishing up, or we're preparing for your service," and go outside and cry and get yourself together and come back in. But you have to give that client positivity, a positive attitude, and give them positive outlook if you want to be able to close a sale or you want to be able to increase your sales from where they are. That, I mean, it just is what it is. Okay. Okay. The next thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about, and I'm gonna go a little bit further into it in a couple minutes, but anticipating objections. Okay. When it comes to sales, there are always gonna be some things that people will use as an objection, or some things in their mind that are objections. Okay, so here's the four most common objections when it comes to sales. Okay, these are the four most common. The first one is lack of budget. People are always gonna say, "Oh, I don't have enough money. I don't have enough money." Okay, lack of budget is always gonna be one. The second one is going to be lack of trust. People buy from those that they like and trust. Okay, so if they don't know you, they don't have any kind of like trust in you, they're not as likely to buy from you. So a couple things, and I'll talk about like going over these things to overcome the objections. But building trust comes from your social media, leveraging social proof, testimonials. When you're starting off, and if it's a cold client, you have to do a little bit more to build trust. But budget is one. People are always gonna say that. Lack of trust is another one. Lack of need. People feel like they don't need it, but especially in the spa business or the spa industry or sculpting, they obviously felt like they needed something or they wouldn't have come to you. So you have to put, first of all, the FOMO, let them know, "Hey, I know that you said this was something that you wanted. I need you to go ahead and get this now, or you're going to miss out on opportunity A, B, and C," right? You have to give them an incentive or a reason to act now, okay? And then the fourth one, lack of urgency, okay? So the four most common objections: I don't have enough money, I really don't know you, I don't trust you, I don't know if you can do the things that you say you can do. Lack of need, okay? I really don't need this right now. I can come back and get it in 6 months. And then the last one is lack of urgency, okay? So now I'm gonna go over 6 or 7 reasons or ways to overcome objections, okay? And let me say this before I keep going. Let's see. Lack of budget, lack of trust. Oh yeah, thank you so much for putting them up there for me. Yeah, so thank you, Miss Carolyn. She put the 4 up there for you guys to see. Okay, so I'm gonna go over the ways to overcome those objections. But before I do, I want you guys to know something about me, because a lot of people know, okay, yeah, I've been in body sculpting for a really long time. Before I was in body sculpting, I was in corporate America. I have a structural engineering degree. And when I was doing my 10 years in corporate America, I actually worked in procurement, which is buying, and I was a level 4 negotiator. Okay, so the things that I'm about to tell y'all for overcoming objections is what I specialized in. Literally specialized in negotiating and getting people to give me what I needed, right? So I'm going to go over these. The first one, the first way to overcome an objection is to anticipate it before it happens. When you are talking to your clients, you need to be listening to them and understanding what the things are. If I'm talking to you about, you losing weight or about sculpting, and the first thing you say is, "Oh, how much is this going to cost? Sounds really expensive." The objection is going to be lack of budget. I already know that. So typically one of the things that I do, and this is my secret I'm giving to y'all, one of the things that I do, the first package price that I give to the client is not the cheapest one. I normally give them a mid-level or a higher one, so that when they tell me that they don't have enough money for it, I then can offer them something smaller in their budget. I anticipated that. Or if, I know that the client's like, okay, well, I only have this amount, I'm going to already tailor a package with that number in mind. I also typically tell the client to give me their number first. The person who gets the number first has the most power. Okay? Because if you tell me that your budget is $500, I'm instantly going to be like, first of all, I'm not going to take $500 for whatever it is, right? I know right away, hey, I'm going to let them walk because I can't take 500. Or I'm going to say, you know what? I can probably do 500, but really I need seven. So let me work with them. So because you know their number, you are able to make the decision, hey, this is not going to work at all, or I can tailor something around that a little bit more, slightly more. If she gives me 500 as her budget, I know she probably got about 6 or 7 to spend, right? So get their number first. Get them to give you the number first. All right. So the first thing is anticipate the objection. You do that by listening and understanding, so that when you give them an offer, you already know that they have a reason that they're not going to do this or whatever. Be ready for it so that you know how to come back with something that might fit them. All right, so that's the first one. The second one is repeat back what you hear. Okay, so if they say, oh, let's say lack of trust. Oh, okay, so what you're saying is you don't want to move forward because you feel like you haven't gotten enough proof or results from me. Repeat back what you hear to make sure that y'all are on the same page, right? So understanding what their real objection is, because I may hear one thing and they meant something else. So always repeat it back to them so that you understand what it is they're trying to say to you. Okay. The next one is ask follow-up questions. If someone says, "Oh, I don't have enough money," then you're not just gonna be like, "Oh, okay, you need to leave then," right? That's not how sales works. So typically, you want to make sure that you ask a couple follow-up questions. Okay, well, what is the hindrance? What is the budget? What is the timeline? If I offered you a payment plan, perhaps, or if I offered you financing, would that work? What exactly is it that you're trying to do? Because I understand you told me you want to lose weight, and I'm going to do everything I can to support you in it, but I need to understand what some of those things are that are holding you back so that I can help you get to where you want to be. So always ask follow-up questions. Don't just take their objection and then move on. Understand what it is they are actually saying to you, and understand, ask a couple other questions so you can understand what kind of solution you can come up with for them. Okay. Leverage your social proof, you guys. At the end of the day, right, a lot of times, especially in body sculpting, one of the main objections is lack of trust or belief in what we do, right? It's like, I don't know if I believe this works, or I don't know if it's gonna work for me, or whatever. Show them, hey, this is a client I had who was relatively around the same size as you. Here's what, I've done. Or, I haven't worked with someone exactly your size, but my partner down the street did A, B, and C. This is how it worked. I can do the same for you, right? So that's part of social proof. Also, testimonials. If you have testimonials that say, for instance, we got a 5-star review today. I'm gonna show that client, look, this is, a client, or 2 or 3 or 4 clients. We have 100 5-star reviews. That doesn't happen if, we're not trustworthy, we're not able to meet your needs. And if I can't meet your needs within the 6 sessions that you purchase, I'll give you a 7th one free. That increases trust. You overcome objections of, oh, well, I don't know, da da da. If you buy today, you get your 6, I'll give you a 7th one free if you're not satisfied, right? So you just have to find different ways to close the sale and overcome the objections. Another one, you guys, this is my number one piece of advice that I can give you for overcoming objections. Make sure that all the decision makers are in the room. Okay? What that means is, how many of you guys, this is the number one way to negotiate. Okay? This is the number one way I negotiate. I gotta talk to my husband. What else can I say? Your husband's not here, right? I gotta talk to my husband, so I'll call you back. make sure that all the decision makers are in the room. Okay. So a lot of times I will say to a married woman, if she wants, like, you're coming in for your first session today. If you want, your husband can come in and he can get a foot detox so that when you're all done and you have these amazing results, he gets to see it. Or he can come in and do the steam room for 30 minutes. I want to make sure that every decision maker is in the room, because the number one way that people use to get out of deals, you guys, I need to talk to my husband. I need to talk to my business partner about this. I need to talk to, somebody about this who is not here today. So I'll call you later. I know how it works because it's what I do. So I will tell you, make sure that all the decision makers are in the room. If you're about to spend $5,000, your husband probably needs to be there. Y'all, I was so excited at this year's summit when we had a man in the room. And I was like, hey, how you doing? And he's like, I'm here with my wife. She's taking the technical classes. I'm doing the business stuff. That's a partnership right there. That is a partnership. All the decision makers for the business were in the room. Okay. So when you guys are trying to close on big sales, it's not necessarily, for one or two services. But if y'all are trying to close on $3, $4, $5,000 packages, and you've had this client come in before, you know that the client is married, make sure the decision maker is in the room, or that the decision maker is informed so that they can't just use that as a way to get out of the sale. And if they do, okay, this is the sixth way that I'm going to give you. If someone says, okay, I really do need to talk to my husband, whatever, the last and most important way that I'm going to give you is okay. The last and most important way that I want to give you guys for overcoming objections is the follow up. Okay. A lot of people lose out on sales because you don't follow up. Any kind of negotiation or possible sale that you have in your business, you got to follow up within 24 hours. If I have somebody call and they're interested in a class, I'm calling the next day. Like, we sent you the information, just wanted to check, see how things are going. Did you have any other questions? Is there anything else that you need from us? Would you like to go ahead and sign up? We offered you this today. You have until tomorrow. You have until the end of today. So we just wanted to reach out to you. Follow up. Most of y'all miss out on sales because you do not follow up with people. You'll talk to somebody, a potential, client, and then you never follow up with them. If they don't book right away that day with you, they're probably, either just thinking about it, trying to figure out how it can work in their schedule, or they call somebody else to see if somebody else can do it cheaper. And they're waiting on you to follow up. They're waiting on you to ask for that sale one last time so that they can give it to you. And then y'all are missing out on it because you are not following up. So, all right. So let me go over these really quickly again. So I already have the 4 most common objectives. So I'm gonna repeat them one more time, and they're in the IG comments as well. But the 4 most common objectives for the sales, you guys, are lack of budget, I don't have enough money, lack of trust, I really don't know you, or I don't know your business, I don't know if I can trust your business, lack of need, oh, I don't think I need it, I kind of want it, but I don't know if I need it. And then the last one is lack of urgency. And so I went over 6 of these, but I actually wanted to go over one more for overcoming, and then I'm gonna wrap this up. Overcoming objections, you guys. Lack of urgency, the only way that you can overcome that objection is to give them a deadline. I'm going to offer you 20% off, but you have to enroll within the next 48 hours for that to happen. You have to give them a deadline. You have to create a sense of urgency. Okay. So those are the 4 most common objectives in sales. And then here are the 7, okay, 7 ways to overcome it. I'm going to wrap it up. Anticipate the objection. Okay, anticipate what the objection is going to be so that you can come up with a solution for it already in your mind. You need to be thinking about how to close that sale. Repeat back what you hear. When they say, oh, I can't do it because of this, and that, you need to ask the question why, ask and understand what exactly it is that they said to you. Then you need to ask follow up questions. Understand, okay, if this is what you're trying to do, how can I help you? How can we get there? Blah, blah, blah. So ask follow up questions. Number four is leverage social proof. Okay, you need testimonials, you need videos, you need pictures, things that show, hey, these are things that we've actually done, results we've been able to achieve. These are ratings that we have, whatever you can do to build that sense of trust. Leverage your social proof. Then make sure that you get all the decision makers in the room whenever possible. If you know that you're about to try to sell a $3,000 package and someone's married, probably want to make sure the husband bought into it. Okay. And then number six is follow up. If for some reason you don't close the sale that day, you've got to follow up on that so that the clients can hear from you again. You know, you want to make sure that you don't just forget about them, because a lot of times they're just waiting on you to call back so that they can actually finish out the sale. And then the seventh one is, like I said, for overcoming lack of urgency, deadlines. You have to say, oh, you know, I can offer you this, but you have to accept it within this time frame. That's the only way that you're going to close on the sale. Okay. All right, y'all. So I will be back. I will be doing Wine and Wellness Wednesdays on the Academy page and on our YouTube. We will be doing them the first, I had to write it down, first, second, and fourth Wednesday of every month. Okay. So I'll be coming in at 6:30, and I will do, you know, whatever topics you guys need to hear about. Please, please, please make sure that you guys are DMing me, letting me know, and my staff know what kind of topics y'all want to hear about so that I can, you know, give you guys some good information. Y'all should be busy. Right now is that time. This is the time when everybody's trying to change their lives. I just talked about why you shouldn't have a New Year's resolution, but you definitely should have goals in mind. And everybody is trying to change their body, get healthier. This is the space we're in. So you guys need to be leveraging that time. Consistently doing your marketing, getting the clients in the door, and closing sales. Okay? So I hope that this was some valuable information for you guys, that y'all got something out of this. Really, really excited to be back here to just continue giving you guys information and building on your knowledge base and empowering each and every one of y'all to move a little bit higher, move a little bit further, and do a little bit better this year. That's what it's all about, right? Is empowering each other and helping each other out. So really excited to be here with you guys. Toast to each and every one of y'all. Happy New Year. Excited to be here with you guys. So let's pretty girl rock it on out of here, and I will see y'all very, very soon. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Ooh, thank you so much for putting the comments up there as well. I appreciate it, Miss Christine. All right, I'll talk to y'all later.